ABCD What is up, you guys? It is I, Rocky.
And I'm Aaron.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh, goody. What?
Nah, I just like that terminology. What's a crazy terminology for like anger? You ever heard?
Grinds my gears.
That one always gets me. You know what grinds my gears?
Did you get that from Family Guy? Did you watch Family Guy recently?
No, I don't know. Somebody said it on the radio and it had me weak, and I was dying laughing all day. I don't know where I got it from, but I was just thinking about angry terminology words, I guess, just to describe one's apoplectic situations of being indignant.
I guess I was about to say I'm perplexed. But that's
I'm
more
perplexed.
I think that's more of like a shocked kind of thing.
Bust out the good old prison words, like you fresh out. Apoplectic, you know.
Is that a prison word?
You can't just be like, I'm mad.
Are they using words like that in prison?
Yeah, you know, you can't use the regular layman's terms no more. You got to bust out like the third definition. You know, I'm not annoyed. I'm indignant.
Indignant. Wow.
You know,
now you start reading more dictionaries.
You just say one yourself. I'm perplexed, made of questions, concerned.
Well, speaking of people that should be in prison, and I am
walking on thin ice, buddy. That's another one. Thin ice.
Perplexed about.
Uh-oh.
It's Krishan Rock.
Tired of her, man. Tired of her. I'm tired of them.
Geez, I didn't even realize she had another guy's face on her neck.
I thought it was all Blueface. She got like 7.
Is that one also Blueface? Yeah, I just saw a face.
Yeah, she got like 7, 8 Blueface tattoos, like of his name, his face, his logo, his label. Like, yeah, she got Jonathan written like all over her in some kind of way. Now, I do know a couple of months ago, maybe not even a couple of months, but I do know she got one removed or one off her chest when she was moving on, when she did that diss track with the white boy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
After the whole, I'm going back to my baby mama and proposing to her. Then that divorce thing happened and he got locked up, and then the whole gay thing, and I don't know what's going on, but apparently, yep, they back together. She moved back into the house with a brand new fat tattoo of his face once again right there on the left side of her cheek. You know, just doing what Krishan does best. But all in all, stupid decisions, definitely toxicity, but say what you want. I wish my girl loved me like Krishan loved Blueface.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's the standard you want?
Yeah.
You want to be held at?
Of course, bro. If somebody riding for me like that to do whatever I say, no matter what, like full live trust.
That's
like love me enough to just cuss a bitch out for looking at her. Don't even cuss her, like just straight up hit her for no reason. Just the thought of her thinking about me. It ain't even bat an eye, or her to get me tatted so much to the point where her heart's still not filled. She got to get her face on me. Like, yeah, I want my girl to love me that much.
If anyone ever showed up standing in front of me,
leave her family for me,
with my face tattooed on them anywhere, I'd be flattered, but like,
you see,
don't
do it, but definitely come with that energy.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
Don't do it, but definitely come with that energy, because if I see it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna be concerned, and I'm gonna try to dip out, probably get like a little restraining order and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm keeping you in the spank bank.
Well, naturally.
That's gonna be a turn on. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to. I don't know. Maybe it's a guy thing, because guys don't get stalked, but the fact that maybe once in a blue moon you actually have a stalker of the opposite sex, like, yeah,
I wouldn't be like upset.
You feel me?
I'd be like, okay, you know.
At the same time, I want security around my house, but it's like, dang, somebody loves me that much. That doesn't happen to a dude.
Yeah, that'll kind of put some pep in your step.
You know what I mean? Give you a little confidence. You know, like I gotta watch. I gotta watch my back when I leave this lobby. You know, I'm not just anybody. Drake line.
I was about to say it. If you didn't say it, I was going to.
Oh man, but yeah, you know, so I don't know. It's the difference between girls and guys. I think the only difference is a girl can't overpower us, because I guess if she could, then it wouldn't be fun no more.
Yeah, and I feel like I could be very wrong about this. I'm sure there's been women stalkers in the past.
Of course.
But they don't, from what my little pea brain can gather, they don't seem as like creepy aggressive. as guys do.
That's what I'm saying. You can't, like, a girl wouldn't overpower you.
A girl will just
not,
like watch from a distance, but a guy will like try to break into like
yeah,
a woman's house.
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
That's a lot.
I'm not saying that women ain't strong or nothing like that, because I'm pretty sure there's some big old Build-A-Bears out there, but
yeah, dude, I'm not a big guy. So,
but once again, once in a blue moon, once it does happen, I'm pretty sure if you're talking to the guy that actually was stalked, yeah, he probably definitely disagree.
Yeah.
The fact that somebody like kicked in his door and like hid under his bed and he found it and he couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah, that's crazy.
What story was that did me and you talk about that? Oh, no, never mind. It was I forget who it was. It was a rapper, some rapper guy that claimed that these guys like broke in his house and then like while he was sleeping and like came in his bedroom and literally just like slapped him in the face and then dipped. And then like a week later, it turned out that it was all like a stunt.
Why does that sound familiar?
I forget who it was.
Did we talk about that?
We may have.
That sounds very familiar for whatever reason.
It's crazy how quickly like we forget what we talk about when we come in here and do this.
I do know there was a stalking situation recently with a guy. I forgot the name, but it definitely was legit news story and everything. I think he was like a personal trainer, and this girl followed him all the way to like his school after his job and everything. He approached her and was just like, yo, stop following me. And she was just like, we're definitely soulmates. Can I show you something? And trying to show him like pictures and everything. It was weird. But yeah, he got a restraining order put on her and everything.
As one does.
But at the same time, his voice didn't sound too concerned. Once again, he sounded flattered. He wanted to sound like aggressive and creeped out, like, leave me alone. You don't know who you're dealing with. Look, I don't want to touch you, put my hands on you, but you got to understand that this is my livelihood. You know, like you doing too much. You need to calm down. So you could just hear it in his voice, like, girl, you know.
You're lucky it's going down like this.
Yeah.
If this were any other like less weird scenario, I'd probably be cool with it.
You are not on my favorite category on the hub, so I don't like these aggressive approaches.
Speaking of aggressive approaches, we have to talk about, and I know you don't want to, we have to talk about yesterday.
We don't got to.
The way I was going with that when I said aggressive was, number one,
we don't have to.
I think I speak for everyone when I say no one wanted this Super Bowl. No one except Kansas City fans and 49ers fans, the whole rest of the country wanted the Ravens and Lions. And like you said, the Ravens just dumb penalties.
I just don't want to be that guy and just be like, dang, maybe the NFL is scripted, because, you know, this whole year has just been about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Of course.
And Mahomes. Nobody else really mattered, kind of got swept under the rug unless they did something crazy.
Well, that's because the NFL just glazes
and then
the Chiefs.
Ravens, we've been doing so well up until this game, and then out of nowhere, it was just like, dang, we're going back to our old selves with this sloppy playing, because I can't even make up the excuse and blame it on the refs. It was just, we went back to our old selves, and I was a little lost. And Travis Kelce, it was like that's all they had, and I'm like, this is going to be a Taylor Swift game.
Yeah, I knew that about like halfway through.
I was like, they're going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be them and good old 49ers.
Nobody wanted this.
Nobody.
And then the Lions, that Lions game, Dan Campbell, man.
And I wanted the Lions to win. I was actually going for the Lions.
I was nervous for that game because I was so prepared to pull for the Lions with every fiber of my being. And then they looked so good in the first half. They looked so good. And then definition of folded. Like, gave up 27 unanswered points, which is ridiculous. And it was
just terrible all the way around. Like I said, it just felt like a whole setup. It just felt like everybody stayed in their lane and did what they were supposed to do.
And I don't even want to watch. Like, I don't want to watch the 49ers and Chiefs, dude. Nobody wants to watch that game.
I'm about to be in a female seat and just do it for the commercials.
Hey, an excuse to drink.
Yep. Hot wings, alcohol, and commercials. That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna have a jersey on that says NFL.
Have like the hats the ref has on. Just
No,
say NFL on
no
it.
name NFL. On the back it says "Go Team."
It's like that picture of Rob Lowe when he's standing on the sideline in just the NFL hat,
Mhm.
and he's like, I literally love every NFL team. I just hope the teams have fun.
I'm sure it says "Go Sports."
It's got like a bowling ball on it and like a tennis ball,
Everything.
like every sport.
Defense on the back, offense. You know,
It's got like pickleball paddles.
everything. Water polo,
Sports we even know were sports.
darts on there. Just whoever's playing, we're for it. Oh, but yeah. What do you call that loose skin around the vagina?
The flappity doodads.
Close, the women. But have you seen the
Jesus. Thought you were actually gonna get scientific for a second.
Come on, man. You know I ain't never got nothing serious to
God.
say.
I should know better.
Oh man, have you seen Club Shay Shay lately?
Which one?
With him and Ocho doing their famous
No, but
back and forth.
they are so entertaining
Their
together.
famous back and forth.
Who was it? Who was it that Shannon Sharp was like talking about one day? It was some chick. Was her name Brittany Renner? Is that it?
Probably.
And he was like going in on like how she could like have his kids and whatnot.
Probably.
And then Ojo was like, "Yo, stop,
It's
please
like,
stop."
Like, you know, right now she got that ooh wee. I'm touching bus. I was like, this man here.
Shannon, calm down. You're like 60 years old, dude.
I'm about to say, listen to old people talk is hilarious, especially when it's about women. I'm like, this is how women see us being creeps. It's like I don't see what they see because I'm like, all men can't be like that. I don't know. Maybe like a handful are weird because men are definitely weird. But how they be making us seem be like OD? But then it's just all like you look at maybe they're dealing with a whole bunch of people that's like 40 years older than us. Maybe they are dealing with older men, which is why they say men are creeps.
I was gonna say because it would be older guys that get weird.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say if they act anything like Shannon Sharp or Ocho Cinco, maybe.
Ocho's not that bad.
Yeah, he's bad, bro.
He's not that
weird.
bad. He's okay, but he's always been a weird guy.
He's aggressively simplified. Like he acts all sweet, but he takes a weird turn. It's like this man got a couple of OD'd fetishes out here.
Which that wasn't the two of them. That was not a show that I just never thought of the two of them in the same.
I never thought I needed that.
Yeah.
Pause.
That's like the third week in a row you've had to pause.
Yeah, right. The last thing I thought I just knew that I was going to add to my playlist or that I would be interested in is to hear Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco do a podcast. Like it was kind of funny.
I watch them. Whenever I watch them, I'm watching them talk about the Dolphins, mostly back, before they got absolutely annihilated out of the postseason.
I'm always catching them talking about female problems, and it just trips me out every time.
I mean, but doesn't
y'all are old as hell.
But Shannon Sharp, he has a lot of people on like when he had Cat Williams on.
Yeah,
doesn't he? He has a lot of like comedians and stuff on, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know he had Steve Harvey on there. He has Cedric the Entertainer.
Because Cat Williams went after every single one of them.
Yeah. It's too late now. They didn't say what they had to say. I mean, it ain't stuff that we didn't know. Everybody was just acting brand new, so I'm glad Cat Williams kind of brought that into life and just gave everybody a reality check. Like, y'all know these people aren't who they say they are.
Right.
Like the wig Steve Harvey had, people tend to forget for whatever reason.
Really?
Yeah, see, really? It was a wig? Yeah, that was never his hair. That was never his hair.
That's funny. What else was there?
Let's say anything else you got to talk about?
Oh, one thing that I thought was interesting about involving the football situation. I don't know if you're familiar with Kadarius Toney, the receiver for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
He's got
terrible.
brick hands.
Yeah.
He's
terrible.
He put on his Instagram story the other day. So the Chiefs marked him down as he was out with a hip injury, and he had personal things that he had to handle. Apparently, him and his whoever just had a baby like a day or two before the game, and he went on Instagram on his story with just like a black screen, like couldn't see him. It was just him talking, and he was going off about how he wasn't injured. He had no reason to miss that game. The Chiefs just were like, we're probably better off without him. I was like, that's kind of wild that they just did that.
He messed up. If he said he did say something about it, like he
was going off. He was like calling people out, cussing, like he was going in.
It's not going to work out in his favor
because he's
ass. So it's just like I'd much rather them just be all like, yeah, he was sick, he was sick or injured, versus just him be all like, man, I wasn't sick or injured. They ain't even hit me up and blah 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 blah. Yeah. And it's just all like, dang. So you just got just got the short end of the stick, like they just cut ties.
I saw all the memes that it was like, Kadarius Toney ruled out for the game today. That's a huge blow to the Ravens.
It's like having that drunk homeboy that don't know how to act off liquor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you love him to death, but certain events that you invite him to or certain missions that's finna go down, you just don't invite him. Don't even let him know.
Yeah, let's just
yeah,
go.
you know what I mean? Don't even do it. Like, we got the girls coming over. We got like 3 bottles, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, don't invite him. Hit up.
Or he just shows up and you're like,
damn. It's all bad.
Yeah, we're not doing anything, dude. We're just like, hey,
Gotta work fast. Gotta work fast.
Get him out of the house now.
Avoid him at all costs. Hook up the game. Let him sit there and play the game. Distract him. But yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and do you know anything about this latest Nicki Minaj drama with Megan Thee Stallion?
I woke up to that. I still got to do my research on it because I didn't even know they were beefing. I just know I woke up to a whole bunch of sneak disses, and then Nicki Minaj dropped a diss track called Goodfoot or Bigfoot.
Yeah, which I haven't listened to yet.
Hilarious title.
Yeah.
And she went off. Now, her flow has always been naturally weird. And, of course, people are on Meg Thee Stallion side because nobody wants to be around a girl that's magically dating pedophiles. Once again, like, we didn't know this. Like,
yeah,
you know, a few weeks ago, she had you females or men or whatever, whoever likes Nicki Minaj, you know, high heels on my tippy, you know,
we were just praising
rocking
her
the trend. Yeah,
like
just praising her, you know, planning on going to the concert and everything. Still is. I'm a big Nicki Minaj fan. Still am. I'm on her side. But I don't know. It was like logic over emotion, so to speak, you know? So it's just all like, for whatever reason, the world's just now finding out that her husband's a registered sex offender. And it's just all like, oh, man, no, we can't have that. We can't listen to her music no more.
No, not now.
Meg Thee Stallion all day. And it's just like, Meg Thee Stallion just got here like 3 years ago.
Well, I saw, wasn't there like Nicki was on like Instagram Live or something?
Yeah,
like
a couple of days
crazy?
ago. But she usually is. I'm thinking she was just.
Sheesh.
Like, I mean,
screaming.
I popped in for like 2 minutes and she was just going on some kind of rant, making noises. Oh, no, good foot. Yeah, good foot.
Yeah, she's got kind of a weird...
foot. I was like, okay, whatever. And I just let that be that. The 2 days later, she dropped a diss and I heard it. And she was putting out some bars.
I haven't heard it yet.
Weird flow. But you really got to pay attention and then look up the stuff that you don't understand because it's just all like, oh, she's actually saying some shit. Like, I know one of them, she had, she was like, this girl likes to party with the baby while rubbing Tory Lane's toupee or something like that. Party, the baby, Tory Lane's, everybody she didn't mess with.
Yeah.
Tell somehow she gets shot with no scar. I was like, dang, calling her out on her lying.
That's the line that I saw, like where it was in something. It was like a quote, and I was like, oh, okay, well,
saying something about Megan's Law and everything. I was like, bruh, she is going off,
like, and just a whole song.
And everybody's like, yeah, lyrically, Meg Thee Stallion would kill Nicki Minaj. I'm like, in what world?
No.
In what world?
You are fake news.
Have you heard that Monster verse? Like the song Monster, her verse is crazy. That the whole Soulja Boy, the itty bitty, the little donk thing he had, the beam me up Scotty. Like, come on, man. Meg Thee Stallion ain't touching Nicki.
Good old Soulja Boy.
Bless his heart. But Meg Thee Stallion ain't touching Nicki.
No.
And
I mean,
apparently,
it would take her a while if she did.
speaking of Soulja Boy, apparently, him and Soulja Boy. Speaking of Soulja Boy, apparently him and Blueface have squashed their beef.
Oh, good. So they're not just out wandering
But
around
from
looking
jail,
for each other.
Blueface said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get out in a couple of weeks, but tell him we cool and everything, but I still want my fade." Meaning, like, yeah, he still wants to fight Soulja Boy. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't already call me out. You didn't said you can beat me. I'm trying to see what's up. We cool and everything, but
Let's have a friendly fight.
yeah, you know what I'm
Let's have
saying.
a friendly 1v1.
Yeah, you know, like a good old what's it called? Legal terminology where you're allowed to fight in front of the police and everything.
Oh, we talked about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you gave me the right definition the other day.
What was
But
it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, nice little squabble.
Little 1v1 on Rust.
It ain't gonna happen though. Soulja Boy can't fight.
So I guess Blueface has decided to not stay in prison.
Not stay in prison. I don't think he had a choice to stay. I think once you served your time, you served your time.
He's like, no, I want to stay longer.
Yeah,
I want
leave it up to him. He probably would. I'm telling you, these gay allegations are getting crazy, and he's proving them right every time. I love it in here. It's cracking. And you're in prison. What you mean?
You are in literally one of the most miserable places.
It ain't no females. It ain't no crybabies. It's just straight thugs and gangster and everybody on it. It's cracking up in here. I love it.
Getting railed.
From what I heard, bro, like I remember Krishan got a little too drunk and they was on their one somewhere. They were sitting there in like a tour bus or maybe it was like a Sprinter van. I don't know. But she was getting drunk like she usually do. And it was arguing and Blueface took over the live and stuff like that. And then she had said something and then he was going off about something else. And then she was just like, well, you ain't gonna say nothing about the gay stuff? And then he didn't react at all, which threw the people off. Like, oh, she's just over here talking. That's what females do.
Yeah, he's just like, look at, shut up.
He was just all like, what? Cuz, what are you talking about? Watch out. Da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, no, you ain't gonna say nothing about that. And he like just mushed her or whatever, you know, like a little friendly
Ends
mush.
the live.
Yeah. And people like just brushed that off, tend to forget. I was like, why would she say that out of nowhere? That was kind of weird.
Like more than once.
Yeah, you know, that was weird.
It's one thing to say it one time and it be like out of anger, but to like reiterate it.
And then fast forward, you know, recently, a couple months ago, him and his newly found wife arguing and stuff like that about what he watched on Pornhub.
Oh, when they were in the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, why are you getting mad about his categories on Pornhub?
What did he say?
Because he said he liked ebony and she called like an attitude, but it wasn't like an attitude like why you like ebony. He was like, why are you lying?
I thought it was both. I thought it was the other way.
That was that distraction. Like, yo, what you mean you like black girls over Latinas? You know, I'm thinking like she's just playing favoritism. But nah, she outed him and just be all like, nah, he be watching gay porn.
Oh man, that opens up a whole can of worms. He's got to stay away from live streams.
And now here we are. He in prison and he talking about something. I love it. I bet you did.
It's all adding up.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna say it's adding up. We need a little bit more. Well, we don't need no more proof, but
you're like, no, I need more reasons.
I need to see him on film. We got OnlyFans, you know.
Yeah, no homo.
no.
But does he have OnlyFans?
right.
I need to go scope it out to make sure it's not super gay.
You gotta make sure he's strictly just him and other females, nobody else.
I'm doing this for the good of the community.
The culture. Yeah. We have to know what Blueface is up to.
You'll thank me. You'll thank me.
You'll see. I prove all you guys wrong.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus. Yo, when's the last time you had a nightmare?
Oh gosh. Actually, I think I just had one the other day. Or the other night, and it was actually I can literally count on one hand how many nightmares I've had in my life.
I think everybody can. See, I have nightmares like I have dreams. So they're like kind of normal to me.
It's like a dream but like scary. You know what I mean?
I mean, as a kid, I remember like legit nightmares, you know, like made up monsters in my head or
I've
demons.
Only had one of those.
Demons kicking in my. I could count like on a handful scale just how many of those I had, but like every time I dream, something's happening to me.
Let me say about the one nightmare that I had that like I legit like sat up was like sweating and like breathing heavy.
It's just straight in fear.
The dream was, and it wasn't a long dream at all. It was extremely vivid though. And it was me and this giant group of like random people that were all trying to get into this like mansion. And we eventually somehow we get in, and I'm standing there, and it's just a hallway, like a good like I'd say like 50, 60 foot long hallway. And at the end of it, there's this like sectional couch, and there's these two girls in white gowns.
Nope.
That are sitting on it. And I'm like, well, that's strange. Whatever.
The Shining already. I'm feeling it.
And then a third girl in a white gown comes like from around the corner, like into the doorframe, and her eyes are glowing. And then she sprints at me screaming. And then she got right here, and like right in my face. And that's when I woke up. And I was like sweating, breathing heavy. Like it was one of those where like I like didn't want to go back to sleep because I didn't want to like resume the dream.
Damn.
Yeah.
I ain't had one of those in a minute where it's just like, I got to get my life together, put on some cartoons, stay up for a little bit, scared to go right back to sleep just in case I wake up in the same spot.
And to this day, that one is my only knowledge of having one like that scary. Like that wild that like it freaked me out that much.
My dreams are always like me stuck in like some kind of predicament. Like I remember I was scuba diving, and I was about to run out of oxygen, and so I was coming up to the surface.
Nope.
And then next thing you know, this giant octopus just grabbed my leg. Yeah, and it wasn't even like pulling me in, trying to eat me, just keeping me right there because he knew I was running out of oxygen.
Yeah, dreams do that where you're like running in place,
and I'm
or
just
like you
like,
can't.
Bruh. And I woke up and my face was in my pillow. So it was like I legit couldn't breathe. I was like, oh damn. Or and you could even ask my girl. I remember one time woke up in a pool of sweat. I was getting jumped like on a fight for my life. These guys were kicking my ass. I felt like Neo from the Matrix when he was battling the agents and everything like that. And they kept blinding me. Like they kept throwing in flashbangs, and every time they threw a flashbang, all I saw was like this light before the bigger light, and then I'm blinded, and they just came in and just straight beat my ass.
And it just hurt.
Yeah. And then I just woke up in a panic because I guess my dog barked, or I heard something on a deck, and I completely forgot. She ordered Uber Eats, so I just woke up, full of sweat, panic, and all I saw was a flash outside my window. My dumbass covered my eyes and ran to the front door ready to beat somebody's ass, and my girl's like, it's the Uber driver, it's the Uber. I was like, what? Oh, she's like, I just ordered food. I was like, man.
You about caught me in some PTSD stuff.
I thought the flashbang was coming, and I was like, nope, I'm about to rock whoever is at this front door. But yeah, man, I'm always in some kind of predicament.
I had one night that I was, we've talked about how I work at the airport here locally. And I had one night where I was at work, and I walked out of one of the like operations offices for one of the airlines, and the whole sky was just like yellow and orange. And I'm like, what is going on? Planes start falling.
Oh no.
Out of the sky.
Oh no.
And there's this huge like wind. So all the ones that are like sitting at the gates or whatever are getting like just thrown around like toys. And so I take off running because I'm like, my super intelligent dumbass was like, I need to get back to my fuel truck. And so I'm like running, and it was legit like an action movie. Like I was like running, and they're just like falling, like hitting, blowing up all around me. Yeah, and that was the last one that I remember.
That's like probably my worst fear, because that can like actually happen. I think that's my worst fear ever. I wake up and terrorism. Just all out war.
Just planes falling out of the sky.
All out war. Something happened under our noses. We don't have time. We don't have like no time to evacuate whatsoever. Newscast can't even get right to put it in the media. We just hear that loud burn, and then we just wake up and buildings are just exploding. It's raining oil. Planes is falling.
There's a reason these rich people are doing the whole bunker thing, man.
Man, look. Yeah, that's probably my worst fear ever. And then what if you get caught?
Like caught like prisoner?
Yeah. What do you do? Where do you go when the world shuts down? Like, what do you do? I get people are going to like run amok, but what do you do when you get caught?
You'll only have so long until like
you get
like
caught by somebody or something.
Or you get captured or something.
You have to get caught to survive. But what happens when you get caught? And God forbid, it's anybody that catches you, to be honest, because
you're not in a good situation
at all. You know, no government, no laws, no rules from your side of the fence, and then on the other side of the fence, whoever's attacking you, they enslave you. So this
is a legitimate fear of mine. Like this is like an actual like legitimate.
Because this is what people are going through on the other side of the country. The other side of the world. Excuse me, Jesus. California's just eating hell right now.
California's in a war with itself.
Basically, California and New Mexico are just going through it.
We're at 31 minutes.
Oh man, that's the magic number, everybody. 31. Add 2 to that, you got 33. And what do you have? I have no idea where this is going. But
until next week.
To be continued with that answer. Remember, to be number one, you got to be odd. Dr. Seuss. Love, peace, and Afro grease.
Till next week.